Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
Going on LumioseStation, got PokeaimMD here, and today I have a VGC battle versus my buddy Penguin X. This is actually game 2 in a set that we had, the first game being on my channel, so if you wish to see that, you guys can go check that out. Like I said, it's on my channel. So he's going to be leading off with his Tyranitar and his Salamence. I'm leading off with my Gengar and my Gardevoir. Now this is a really good matchup for me. He knows that my Gardevoir is Scarf from the previous battle, and because he is experienced in VGC, he knows that Gengar typically runs Focus Sash as well as Will-O-Wisp. So right here, I'm honestly expecting him to want to switch out his Salamence, since it wouldn't be able to O-Coat either of the members on my team, and it's in danger of being knocked out by Fairy Attack from my Gardevoir. So anticipating the switch out from his Salamence into possibly Aegislash, since it can come in on Gardevoir, I actually decided to go for the Dazzling Gleam as well as a Shadow Ball, targeting the Salamence slot, because I was anticipating Tyranitar to want to go for Protect, since it would allow it to dodge a Will-O-Wisp and essentially get a free switch into Rotom Heat had I gone for the Will-O-Wisp on the Tyranitar slot. So right here, he did waste his Protect, so I'm going to go right for the Will-O-Wisp on that T-Tar, simply because it's a Mega T-Tar. I found out in the previous battle that's a Dragon Dancing Mega T-Tar. I want to be able to deal with it, and getting a burn on this thing is definitely going to be helpful. On top of that, I did Trace Intimidate earlier on, as you guys saw, so this Tyranitar is already -1. So I'm going to hit the Will-O-Wisp as I decide to stay in with my Gardevoir. I don't want to switch out just yet because I want to get some damage off on this T-Tar, since I do have a Hydreigon on my team, and it can actually put in some work if I get rid of T-Tar. So he goes for the Crunch. I'm able to survive that due to the burn and the Intimidate, as he is going to go for the Will-O-Wisp on the Gardevoir slot, probably expecting me to want to switch out into my Rotom or something like that, but I'm going to choose to do that right now simply because I don't want to get hit by an Overheat from this Rotom Heat. I know that in conjunction with the burn damage and the Sandstorm damage, Overheat would actually be able to knock out my Gardevoir, and I could still use Scarf Gardevoir later on to take on his Salamence. So I'm going to pull a switch into my Rotom Wash, as I'm actually going to reveal the Giga Drain on my Gengar. This is by no means common at all, but I had a free slot on my Gengar. I couldn't decide between Focus Blast, Sludge Bomb, or anything like that, so I decided that I would just put Giga Drain for like Rotom Wash, because this team actually has a pincer on it. I didn't bring it, but it does have a pincer on it, so I decided to put Giga Drain, which will actually allow me to survive the Rock Slide from his Mega T-Tar. So that was pretty cool right there, and his Rotom Heat is actually in KO range of Shadow Ball, so I'm anticipating either a Protect from his Rotom Heat or a switch. Honestly, protecting would have been the best play he could have done right there, but he ended up going for the double Protect. Like I said, it was the best play he could do right here, trying to get Sandstorm to wear me down bit by bit, but Gengar is going to be able to survive because of that Giga Drain recovery. And now it's either I can choose to knock out the T-Tar, or I could choose to knock out the Rotom Heat. Now I actually decided to go for Shadow Ball on the Rotom Heat slot, just in case, basically just in case he wanted to go for T-Wave or something. I know that he does have T-Wave. I figured it out last match. He told me he had T-Wave, and I do have Hydreigon in the back, so I definitely do not want that thing to get T-Waved. So I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball on the Rotom Heat slot, as he fails to get the Double Protect. It is only a 30% chance in X and Y to get a Double Protect, and I'm able to get off a Thunderbolt on the Salamence, as he chooses to save his T-Tar. That way he can get up the Sandstorm once again. That way he'd be able to knock out this Gengar. So that was a fair play on his part. The reason he does have Aegislash, but one of the reasons why he didn't bring it in on my Gardevoir is because I paired it up with Gengar, so it's kind of risky trying to bring in Aegislash, especially because I had gone for Shadow Ball. So right here, he goes for the Rock Slide. I actually anticipating a Protect from his T-Tar, which is why I didn't target it, but he ends up going for Protect with his Salamence, which I was not expecting at all. In the back of my mind, I was thinking that it wasn't Choice Scarf, simply because he switched it out turn 1, but it crossed my mind that he could have been like, I don't know, he could have had Protect. So that was a good play on his part, because he was able to knock out my Gengar. Even though he did miss, Sandstorm still knocked me out, get off some damage on my Rotom Wash. But at the same time, though, he did activate my Citrus Berry, so I'm at a bunch more HP than I would have been. And he went for Protect with his Salamence, so now he only has a 30% chance to get off a second Protect. So I go out to my Scarf Gardevoir as he reveals his last to be Aegislash. I'm just going to go right for the Dazzling Gleam if he doesn't get a double Protect right here. Going to be able to knock out his Salamence as he fails to get that. and I'll be able to go for Will-O-Wisp on his Aegislash. Now, his only chance right now was getting that double protect, and then Aegislash being able to knock out my Gardevoir while he still had his Salamence, and then Salamence would have been able to deal with my Hydreigon or my Rotom-Watch. So it still would have came down to a couple 50-50s with protect, but either way, was able to knock out his Salamence as his Aegislash is able to take down my Gardevoir, but I do have Hydreigon in the back, and there's no point in him going for King Shield trying to survive an attack because I did already burn him, get off some residual damage with that burn. So basically, I'm going to be able to win right now with the Dark Pulse, and that is going to be a good game. So I end up taking the set 2-0. Good games, Andy. Guys, if you enjoyed this match, feel free to leave a like, support Lumiose. You know, go check out my channel if you want. I upload a bunch of stuff. VGC is just something I happen to love a lot. So, yeah, until next time, guys,